the rehearsal process, pre adding all these crazy elements, it was just we got to a place where we were very comfortable and confident as is, and that obviously just creates a great foundation to then add those layers that maybe make it a little more tricky.
Hello, Mia. Hello, Heather. Thank you so much for
Hi.
your time. A pleasure to meet you both. Very excited about to talk about Monster High #2. So I'm going to start with you, Mia. How much can you relate to Claudine? And this is the question.
Yes, a lot. No, Claudine is 15, 16 years old, and I definitely see a lot of myself at 15, 16 years old in her. I mean, even though this story takes place in this monster universe with magic and creatures, the struggle of high school and finding your identity and where you belong in the world it's a universal thing. And so I can really relate to her journey that she's going on.
And Heather, first, I know that you received an Emmy for the 2023 for the first movie. How excited were you when you come back to do the second one? And what was the inspiration for the choreography
Well,
this time
thank you.
around?
Yeah, it was. Oh, thank you. Sorry, we cut out there. I I definitely was surprised because this award, even for the Children Families Emmys, didn't exist for choreography even 2 years ago. So it was such a surprise. It's so honored, of course. So I we actually shot and did everything for Monster High 2 before I even got the award for Monster High 1. But for Monster High 2, it was such a great like opportunity to be able to do a full movie musical with all these characters and all these actors and learn their abilities. Like that's what we were really I was really learning what these humans could do, what their skill set was. And so this time around, I felt we could go further and really jump into, maybe a little bit harder choreography, right? We're still telling the story. We're still trying to really, I'm still really trying to create effective choreography for the camera. But it's all the actors were so game to take it that next level, take it to the next level. So that's what I decided to do, and they went for it. So it was awesome.
Yeah, yeah. No, I bet it was a lot of fun on set. Mia, is there anything that you can share with us? Like any fun that you guys had? Anything that weird that
Yeah.
also can be happening there because you guys are like Monster High, you never know what's gonna happen.
Yes. Yeah, I mean, the on-set environment was so fun. Obviously, it was long hours. It was cold a lot of the time. But all the cast and crew are such good friends. I know for us as the cast, like when we were in our green room, Case, I will give him credit. He came up with a lot of the entertainment. He was always coming up with like a new game for us to play. We had our favorite one. It was called Rap Game, and we would all go in a circle and like freestyle rap. Which I really hope there's no videos of that. Nobody needs to see how terrible that was. But yeah, it was so much fun, especially, there's obviously in the second movie, there's some moments that are a lot more intense. And so just being able to have such a good, lighthearted connection with the cast, it was a very fun dynamic to play with.
Yeah, amazing. And Heather, what was like your biggest challenge? Because all the actors like they're with costumes, they have the makeup, like because when you do a research no, rehearsal, not research, rehearsal, without that, it's a little bit different when everything's like, but what was like your biggest challenge there?
Yeah, my biggest challenge was because we were stepping things up, and I introduced like this large table in the end song. Um, we didn't have more time to rehearse, but we're adding more elements. So, for example, it was really important to me to make sure that our actors were safe because even though dance looks easy, it's kind of similar to our stunt friends, where they're, if Miia is standing on a table and is dancing around with another actor, and then the table actually gets lifted and rotated, and then by dancers, and then put down, and then she slides down it, like those are all like stunt type stuff, stunt type elements. So, I think that was my main concern was, okay, I want to be there for my actors to make sure that they feel safe and that we're stepping things up, but we're also like feeling that we can do it. And I mean, I can only ask Miia, how'd you feel?
Felt great. No, yeah, it was the rehearsal process. I think pre adding all these crazy elements, it was just we got to a place where we were very comfortable and confident as is, and that obviously just creates a great foundation to then add those layers that maybe make it a little more tricky.
Nice.
Yeah, but everything's so beautiful and super cool, super fun. And you know what I mean? You can barely see like there was a biggest challenge there, but was super fun. Yeah.
Nice.
That's
So
what makes them, that's what makes everybody amazing, is that they make it look like it's effortless, right?
yes. Now, Miia, I want to ask you, the first movie is like Claudine, she becomes like kind of a famous because she brings this accepting message and accept everybody else. What we're gonna see, like I know a lot of people already saw the movie, but the ones that didn't see, what was like the biggest message this time around?
Yeah, with Monster High 2, I mean, I think we're piggybacking off of Monster High 1 on the messages of inclusivity and community and love, and just really getting confident in who you are and not apologizing for being who you are and standing up for what you believe and what's right, even if that's not the popular thing, even if it feels really hard. And I think if you lead with love, you can kind of do anything.
You have everything. So, and for you, Heather, what was like the most like why is important for you to be part of projects like this that are very diverse, that embrace this acceptance for you and for your career?
Well, for me, it's funny because I started out, really trying to pursue with dance. I got really heavy. I did a bunch of different styles, but I got really heavy into ballet for whatever reason. And I was told at the time, and I don't think anyone was trying to do harm, but they were like, "You're never going to dance professionally. Your body's just not right." So in that rejection, I felt that alone. I felt that isolated. I felt discarded, right? But I loved dance so much that I was like, you know what? There are many other dance styles. So I start learning all these other dance styles and dance genres. And for me, it's like the essence, all the messages and themes of Monster High are about that, like the diversity of like what's out there for us to experience if we're not gelling with, where we're at the time or with the people that you can actually seek. You'll find someone, you can go find that, So for me, even in the choreography, everything's a melding of all these different dance genres and things that I've seen and experienced in my life that really lend itself to finding its own identity. So it's a lot of like just themes of how I live my life. And I think dancers in general, the beauty of dance, it is unity that we do when we dance together culturally, like any culture of dance, any style of dance, it is about unity. And there's this scientific fact that like when that happens, when we do it, it actually brings this oxytocin into our brains. Like we feel good, we feel connected, and that's what I love about it, because a project like this is totally in line with how I feel about humanity, and dance is a huge part of that.
Yeah, and then how do you ensure that the choreography represents the film's themes of power and inclusion?
First and foremost, I do that through identifying what each scene is really trying to communicate. So I look at it from, and I work with the director, Todd Holland, on how that will be perceived. And then from there, you structure in, okay, well, then that section is going to look a certain way, or, Clawdeen is going to lead that section. It also has to do with the song too and how it's designed. So it's such a good point, because you're pinpointing what's the most important, or what are the two main, important things about each song, and how can we convey that. And it starts with like the macro into the micro. That's how I like to work. It's like I can see the whole picture of it, and then I start building into what would the movement then be for then each character, or is this unison, or so it's like a shaping. It's like a chiseling out, like a a rock, and you're chiseling it out to make this sculpture in 3D space.
It's amazing. I just want to thank you so much for your time, Heather and Miia. A lot of success, and keep bringing all these movies, like these stories, this choreography with like inclusion, power, and acceptance, everything. Thank you so much.
Thank you for
It's
your time.
beautiful. Thanks, Jana.
If you like to support or continue to support Jana on Camera, don't forget to subscribe, like, comment, and share the videos.